So the Indianapolis Colts lose cornerback Julius Brents to a season-ending knee injury. Unfortunately, Julius Brents is going to be out for the remainder of the 2024 NFL season. This sucks. Our cornerback room isn't good as it is. Even with him, it wasn't anything special. We saw how bad the passing defense and the defense in general was over the weekend versus the Texans. I mean, the passing defense may seem like it was all right, but compared to how bad the run defense is, I mean, it looks better, but it really wasn't. It was really poor on third and fourth down. Couldn't get off the field. Still very poor in pass coverage, and it felt like they had some tighter coverage for once. That they had some tight coverage, but they could not. They couldn't finish the rep on a high note, on any of these reps on a high note, unfortunately. So Chris Ballard, this lack of depth and the lack of what do you call it? The lack of urgency to go ahead and improve this cornerback room wasn't there this offseason. He drafted a couple of guys, and then you let him go. I mean, okay, he didn't work out. He wasn't good enough. You had free agency. You had trade. You could trade for Legere Sneed. I mean, Chris Ballard didn't really do too much on top of that. Gus Bradley's defensive scheme has not looked very good. I mean, all we really have is Kenny Moore in the slot. Other than that, the secondary is in a pretty rough shape. It sucks because you look at this defense or just in general, it sucks that everyone knows how bad the secondary is, yet Chris Ballard just absolutely fails. He's blind to the fact that this is the worst secondary in the NFL. Even before the Julius Brents injury, the secondary is one of the worst in the NFL. So unfortunately, our secondary gets worse, which I didn't really think was too much possible. I mean, anything's possible, right? So unfortunately, our secondary is going to continue to get worse. I don't even think Julius Brents was. I'm not sure who Julius Brents is yet, and unfortunately, it's a second year in a row where he's not going to play anything, if at all. Not really much. The first season he was on and off the field, barely played, and now he played one game and he's injured again. So unfortunately, it's really time to start looking at the league to see if you get some kind of trade going and sign someone. You can't just sit around and hope for your guys to go ahead and make a difference, because they haven't been able to. So you better go ahead and find someone, because I mean, if you're not going to show no urgency, then why are you here, man? I mean, you go and look at what people are saying about the Packers. I mean, it's rumored that the Packers are interested in Ryan Tannehill, that they're interested in a couple of guys to maybe bring in and fill in for a couple of weeks, even if it's only 3 even if it's only 3 weeks. I mean, look at the Packers. They have some urgency. They understand they have a really good roster. They have a good football team, and it's just kind of unfortunate to see the way the Colts have been built, and the way Chris Ballard has operated the last 8, 9 years. Not even sure how long he's been here, but it's been pretty frustrating to say, nonetheless, because he lets things go until the very last minute. Very aggravating, very annoying. The Colts aren't really looking too good. Defense was really bad this last Sunday. If you didn't watch the game, our run defense was absolutely horrible. There was no such thing as stopping Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon just ran down our throats, and we're supposed to be stopping the run and running the ball. That's supposed to be our strengths, but unfortunately, those two things were our weaknesses. Those two things we cannot do last Sunday, and it's just really confusing. We know that Gus Bradley isn't the greatest in defense. He's not going to disguise things. He just wants to straight up show what he's doing, and whatever. Your style is your style, but it's not working. He needs to find a new way, and he's not going to. He's going to stay in his ways, just as Chris Ballard is staying in his ways and building the roster. It's pretty much sucks to see where we are right now. I mean, unfortunately, this Colts defense is going to be, if the run defense doesn't get anything going, it's going to be one of the worst defenses in the NFL the entire year. And then on top of that, we have an inconsistent quarterback, missing throws all day long, overthrowing and underthrowing. He even underthrew one, pretty interesting. But we had the interception in the red zone, the 2 possibly missed touchdowns to Adonai Mitchell. I mean, it's missed opportunities, no urgency. It's just been a constant theme of this team since Chris Ballard has been here. I like Shane Steichen. I love Shane Steichen, but unfortunately, he doesn't really have the guys he needs to get the job done. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think we have some firepower on offense in certain ways, in certain aspects, but you look at Anthony Richardson. I mean, fine, whatever. Say you want to say he's gonna be the man in a couple weeks, or next season or whatever. I don't think he's gonna be the man. I don't think he's gonna take us to a promise. I don't think he ever will. I don't think he can. I mean, there's just certain things about those games that he just can't get done. He can't bring to the next level. Unfortunately, the Colts are just, hey, get out of the fire pit. Get out the fire pit. But yeah, the Colts, man. I mean, I'm kind of just blabbering on at this point, but Julius Brents, he's out for the remainder of the season, and I'm gonna stop that blabbering session there for a minute now. We'll have plenty of time to talk about throughout the entire season, but try to do a quick little video here just updating you that Julius Brents is out, giving you some thoughts on things going on. And unfortunately, this defense will be the worst in the NFL, especially if they don't get the run defense going at all. This will be the worst defense in the entire NFL. On top of that, we have quarterback making mistakes, kind of overthrowing footballs and throwing interceptions. And, let's see if he can hold on the ball, see if he can stay healthy the entire season. Let's see if he can progress, man. I want to, you guys, some of you guys get the wrong impression. Don't get me wrong. I want to see AR, and I want to see the Colts be great. I love the Colts. They're my football team. I mean, it's blue and white till the day I die. But at the same time, it's or win, lose or tie, Colts fan till I die. I'm not sure how the saying goes, but the saying is similar to that. But I love my Colts. It's just I'm gonna be realistic. I'm gonna give you what I see and what I think. I don't see a franchise quarterback barely start. Okay, all right, that's it. We'll end it there. We'll have plenty of time to talk about this throughout the season. So thank you for tuning into the JuJu Sports Talk Show. A little different of an episode, just outside. It's just where I am. I'm not really in my same environment. I'm out. I'm away. So I'm a little bit different of an environment. But hey, we're outside getting it done, and we're doing what we have to do. So, JW Sports Talk Show signing off.